Hey everybody, it's another episode of Mindful Hustlers. I'm here with my boy right here, Mr. Dio and Don.
You already know what it is. You already
Killer,
know what it is.
yeah. We're gonna talk about the power of forgiveness and taking back that peace. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Like I said, I'm one of the number one powerhouses right here. We're here to talk about peace, forgiveness, love, God, and everything that comes with it. As a faith leader and a mental health expert, well, I'm leading up to being a mental health expert and former hustler turned to entrepreneur, we're going to talk about peace. Some of the breakdowns that's going to be talked about today is talking about how some people struggle to admit with their forgiveness. I know you have everybody out there has their problems with forgiving people, and I'm definitely without God, I wouldn't be able to forgive anybody. My little watered down version. So most people can't admit forgiveness, and not the soft watered down version people throw around. We're talking about all kinds of forgiveness that takes real strength. The kind that separates the men from the boys, and the people that are trying to turn around and come up and rise up. Let me introduce my young man over here that's in the background. We got Joey, Jace Digital, who will be doing all the editing.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go. And we got my boy, what the fuck your name is? I'm just joking. Alex.
Yeah, my name is Alex.
Alex. We're going to get Alex to explain a little bit about himself and what he actually does and what he's about to do for Mindful Hustlers. You can come with for your digital advice and whatnot. So, Alex, spit a little something for us.
So, my name is Alex. I do a little content creating, and I'll be helping this young black man
The
right
game
here.
changer.
I'll be helping him with his content, engaging with the young adults of the world, and that's what I'm going to do for free.
Let's go. And Don, explain a little bit about yourself.
So, pretty much, I'm just like a fitness coach, content creator. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about fitness and self improvement, and I sometimes do podcasts, but it's more just like fitness, self improvement, help kind of stuff. That's kind of what I do.
So, what kind of stuff would you be helping some of our listeners if they were going to come to you? Where would they look to find you?
You could find me at Don Coglione on YouTube. You could also find me at 360. That's my personal page. I'll give you my personal
Yes,
page.
obviously, give the personal page, your business page, and every type of page we on. You know what I mean?
And I'll post it all on the screen after.
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, my personal page, if you want to see my personal life, 360 Pova, and then you have Don Fitness. I believe it's _23. I'll send that all to you, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. The 360 Pova, Don Fitness 23. Oh, I'm on TikTok too. What is my TikTok again? Black Backy 2 on TikTok.
Baki Hana?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, if you guys don't know that, Baki Hana is a little anime that's on Netflix. You guys should check it out. That guy's a fitness guru. His dad is a straight killer. You know what I mean? That's one of my favorite little go-to animes. I'm not gonna lie, I am an anime fan,
Yeah,
and
that's what's up.
I'm not even gonna hide that. Christians do watch anime, even if I might. It's not ideal, but we're here to break the constraints of normal thinking on
Facts.
Christianity altogether. You know what I mean? We're not all, you know, blessed be art thou, Lord, please don't not spite me. Because you know what? God's came for the people, for the broken, the people that are from the streets, the gutter. He didn't come for the people that are all prim and proper. He came for us, the down and dirties. You know what I mean?
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So like, no one's perfect.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And it's better to realize this world. We don't live in a perfect world. And the more I live, the more I see uh, the tyranny that most men and women are faced each day, and especially with religion and the way it may hold some people back, or people are scared of to find like the grace and humbleness of God. You know what I mean? And we're doing that starting today. well, not today, but like we're starting a new generation.
Facts. Let's get
You
it.
know what I mean? This is 2025. We're coming up with big things, new things. You know what I mean? We're trying to build a new community of religion. Scratch that. New believers in God and how God may operate or maybe even handle things. You know what I mean? First, we're going to talk about faith leader pastors' perspective on a biblical forgiveness and spiritual peace. And then B, mental health experts, how unforgiveness affects your brain and body. And then former myself, hustler turned into entrepreneur and a real life testimony of me letting go of my past betrayals and leveling up into this new life. All right. Before we get deep into this, let's be real. How many of y'all struggled to forgive somebody? Have you ever had a moment where holding on to the past was blocking your future?
I have a little story. It's a little dark, but
Hey, listen. This is a safe space. You know what I mean? We're here to help others. You know what I mean? And be able to open up and be real with people. You know what I mean? Like, no, we're not in the freaking the play school anymore. You know, you're in the big leagues.
right.
You're a grown ass adult, and we're out here to share your truth, and that's it. That's all people want. It's the truth. You know what I mean? Don't sugarcoat nothing, and even if you have to, do it to like a minute, because the more real it is, the more real people will connect with you.
It's facts.
You know what I mean? So go ahead.
So a couple years ago, I had a ex-homie of mine. They actually passed away, and what's it
Did
called?
die young.
Yeah, he died young, but it was one of those situations where it's like we had a little bit of like beef, disagreements, and before he actually like died, he tried to kind of like come back and be apologize.
Yeah.
But it was kind of crazy because like literally like 3 days before it happened, I kind of gave him the finger a little bit, like, nah, screw you, bro, like, you know what I mean? And that was kind of a wake up call for me to be like, hey, like, you never know what can happen, so you have to just forgive people because you never know, you know.
Yeah, man, for real. You just never know, man, when you're gonna go. You know,
Facts.
like tomorrow is never promised to like any of us. I know that for a fact. I had a bunch of good friends of mine, and then some even my own enemies. You know what I mean? They're first they're here, and then it's like I said, life is not promised tomorrow. Like some of the things I wish I could have said, or even that act of forgiveness is like the most toughest thing, because you know what, life is more precious than silver and gold, you know. And like just imagine what their life could have been if you could forgive them. You know what I mean? And even for myself, I struggle every day with forgiving some people in my life. But you know what, the more I think about it, is like, what if they were gone tomorrow?
Facts.
You know what I mean? Can I live with that? You know what I mean? Can I live with them being angry at them for something that could have been easily fixed, and like sometimes that is the thing holding you back from getting into a real relationship with somebody else that's in that friend group or a family member, just because of that one single thing will cut you off of everything. You know what I mean? And we don't want that. You know, I don't ever want to feel disconnected, even with my own. For example, me and the mother of one of my children,
Oh, okay.
my somewhat hatred for her took me away from my child.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So like, it really affected my relationship for me, even fighting in the aspect of like, even just saying sorry. You know, even if that sorry is not gonna be like heard on, it's gonna be like heard on deaf ears. I made the assumption of allowing her hatred to affect my son's life, my personal life, and everything. And it's just like drinking poison, hoping the other person would die. You
Yeah.
ever heard of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what like unforgiveness is like basically about. You know what I mean? Because that person's taking up dead weight in my head. You know what I mean? Where they're not even going around thinking about me. Well, they're fucking out there,
Yeah.
freaking living their life and say,
Yeah.
look at this fool. But guess what? I am the fool. I am the fool because I did not choose to forgive and just go on about my life.
Because it actually hurts you
In the
more
long,
in the long run. Yeah.
yeah, 100%, man. So that's what one of the hardest things. But you know, literally, without God, I tell you, if I did not love God and my son more than the hatred for these individuals and being angry at them, I'd be in a different state. I wouldn't even be here right now. I'd probably be in prison still.
Shit.
I'll be locked up, and they ain't gonna let a nigga out. You know what I mean?
For real.
You know, we gotta hear it straight from Akon. You know what I mean? That's big shout out to Akon. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. And yeah, let's kick back to it. Did you know 80% of people replay painful memories at least once a week? And that stress from unforgiveness can literally weaken your immune system. Did you know that?
Actually, it's ironic. I was learning because I also study psychology, and we're learning in health psychology that like stress, it actually affects like your other. This is on the test, so I should know this. But it like affects like your other responses, and because it puts so much stress on like the other functions of your body, it like makes your immune system weaker, and it actually like it screws you up in the long term.
If it's even whether it's a simple dispute with your spouse or long-held resentment towards a family member or a friend, unresolved conflict can go deeper than you may realize. It may be affecting your physical health. The good news, studies have found that the act of forgiveness can reap huge rewards for your health, lowering the risk of heart attack, improving cholesterol levels and sleep, reducing pain, blood pressure, levels of anxiety, depression, and stress. And research points out that it also can increase the forgiveness health connection as you age. I don't know what that would mean, but yeah, some interesting stuff right there. Spirituality speaking, why is it so hard for people to forgive? Is it ego, or is it pride, or is it fear?
That's a good question. That's a crazy question. Okay, ego, pride, or what was it? The other one, fear.
Yeah.
Ego, pride, or I think honestly, I would say ego. I think ego plays a role in it because in my past, like when I was in high school, I feel like right now, like since I've grown older, I've gotten better at forgiving people. But in my past, when I was in high school and I had to have grudges or have petty beefs with people, I think it would just be my ego that's like, man, like I'm not gonna forgive this guy. Like, screw this guy. Like I'm you know, like you just have this-
no. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I have a very big ego, and when someone starts with me, I ain't about to let it go as easily as I used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I have that problem. Sometimes I cannot let some things go. You know what I mean? But sometimes, you know, God will give me a little slap upside the head. You know, yo, check yourself. You know where you came from, dog?
Facts.
You know what I mean? You know where you just came from? You know you ain't want to go back there. You know what I mean? You have too much to lose right now. You have too much to lose. Look how much I gave you. You want to set yourself back that far for what? So you can just impress somebody? So you can just say you the big man?
Yeah.
Well, guess what, man? There's always somebody bigger.
Facts.
There's always a bigger fish, and we're talking about sharks, nigga. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Yo, man. Yeah. And plus me, trust me, dog. You know they can smell blood in the water.
Facts.
Cause yo, even I can. And if I see a chink in the armor, I'm going for
Going
it.
for it, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a straight killer. You know what I mean? But you know, on the Christian level, let me tell you guys, I don't do that kind of stuff anymore.
I'm reformed.
I am reformed. I just want to be a good guy. Yes. Praise the Lord. Praise Jesus. Praise Allah. Praise Elohim. You know, you know what? You guys know what I'm talking about. There's a lot. This is not just about Christianity. Let me just break that down to you. It's about every spiritualism. If you're a spiritual person, this is for you. This podcast is for you. For you. I'm jocking on you.
What's it called? Another point I wanted to bring
Yeah.
up with the whole like fear part is like,
Yeah.
I feel like because as I've gotten older, like I've gotten better at forgiving, but I also realized that like I also can't be naive. Like I'm not saying hold grudges, but just understand like people's nature. Like
Yes.
be aware that some people may not have your best interest. Like still forgive them, but just be aware. Like you know what I mean. Like some people may not have like the best intentions, like from my past or whatever. And just understanding like forgive. But like, you get what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm wording it right. But
Listen, I understand what you're saying. For me, sometimes, like I said, let's get back to it. My pride too.
pride, yeah.
The pride always comes before the fall.
What would you think about the forgive and forget thing I was just talking about? Like the
Bro, that's something that is a real thing for me. It's easy. It's easier to forgive than forget, and it's always to be mindful of that as well, because you don't want to make the same mistake twice,
Right.
especially with that type of individual. If they were to harm you, what are the chances? Because that door is open that they will do it again.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, the likely of somebody screwing you over more than once is way more easier than someone else that hasn't opened that door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I've been screwed over multiple times, but it was my mistake believing a snake, and a snake's always going to be a snake.
Yeah.
It might shed its skin a million times, but at the end of the day, still a snake. He's still going to bite your ass. You know what I mean? And that's what snakes do. And there's tall grass everybody be swimming in. They're all filled with your own ideologies and everything like that, and your own beliefs. And yeah, your belief system will affect everything. And it makes it harder for you to see through people's veils. You know what I mean? Okay, scientifically, what happens to our minds and bodies when we hold on to anger? Can you talk about how bitterness has affected your mental health? Well, my bitterness for myself, how it affects is not just my mental health, but my physical health. It makes me also depressed, where I do not want to leave. I don't want to do anything. That anger and resentment that I may be holding on to is will affect my everyday life. I cannot focus on the task at hand, what's in front of me, even if it's with my children or my job or just even with a podcast. You know what I mean? Like, it stops you from what needs to be done in your life, and does have the, like, from what we already read, that it can affect your health. You know what I mean? It could give you an ulcer. It could give you like brain aneurysm or headaches and all that other kind of stuff. That kind of stuff will just straight up crush you. But we're gonna get Jace to do a fact check on how bitterness will affect your mental health.
It is a persistent state of mind that can take over a person's thoughts and emotions, creating a cycle of negative thinking that prevents us from moving past the hurt we have experienced. So essentially, staying trapped in that cycle as opposed to healing and moving off from it.
Boom, boom, boom. Go Google. Go Google. Okay. And obviously, to the former hustler myself, came from a world of revenge and the code. What changed my mindset about forgiveness? Okay. From my past, I was unable to forgive somebody that stole $50,000 from me.
That's a lot of money.
That's
Is that the
unforgivable.
crypto thing? I think I know the story.
No, this is a different one.
Oh shit.
This is a different thing. So there was this individual that used to work for me. He robbed me, robbed my friends, and a few other people for around 50K plus.
Damn.
Yeah, this guy moved to Calgary, and he decided to go work for somebody else. But I gave him the advice: this guy's no good. Do not let this guy come work for you because he'll screw you over. So he goes over there and robs them for various things. So he robbed me, then robbed these people after I warned them and blamed me for it.
What? That's crazy.
That unforgiveness made me do a serious crime that cost me like pretty much 9 years of my life. That cost me my family, my son, 7 years of making money.
Wow.
And also that, well, that guy was out there thriving when I could have just took that $50,000 loss and go make new money. I'm chasing after old money. That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Never chase after that's something that's already gone.
Water under the bridge.
There's water under the bridge, you know. And I had to learn the hardest lesson ever. Sometimes you just got to learn to let things go because there's more opportunities.
And you already took the L. You keep chasing it. You
Yeah.
take more L's. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
You know, ain't nobody trying to take any more losses. You know, we're only on the winning team. Lessons, not losses.
Facts.
That's right. That's what it goes back with snakes.
Yeah.
It comes back to the whole thing of being with snakes, man. You know,
Right.
if they screw you over once, take that as a sign and let that person walk before he takes more from you. You know what I mean? It could cost you your life.
50,000's a lot. That's like, wow.
Yeah.
That's a salary, bro.
Down payment right there.
Yeah, that's a down payment on a house, but you know what? I lost more than that. I lost way more than that. Just think about that. I probably lost that times probably 10, man. You know what I mean? In the last,
Man's taking a couple L's.
yeah, bro. Lessons.
Lessons.
Exactly.
So learn these lessons from me now, and making your own, find your own later. You know what I mean? Like,
Every millionaire loses millions on his way to becoming a millionaire. You know what I mean? It's part of the process.
Yeah.
yeah, straight up. So take it from my boy Jace, and whatever quote that came from, because that was too fresh for him to write that out. Say that out. You know what I mean? Just like just the other day, I just got freaking took in for, I lost a $10,000 chain. We're gonna talk about that later. You know what I mean? You know, my own foolishness though for leaving my vehicle unlocked. You know what I mean? But I chalk it up to all the hundreds of $1,000s I possibly made in my future. In my past. That I made in my past. That, you know, that was just tithing from the Lord. You know what I mean? Let that go because there's more money coming. Lock your cars. People steal. But you know what? They needed it more than I did.
Damn. I need to hear that because I look at the type of person I don't lock my car off.
Yeah.
It sounds bad, but like I don't know. I should, now that I hear that, I think this is a sign. I should, huh?
What do you drive?
Yeah, exactly.
Straight up.
My dad is-
But you know what? Like I said, man, there's something I didn't really need. You know what I mean? I'm trying to lose that identity anyways behind me anyways. That $10,000, I could have used that for many more things. I could help my family and stuff like
Fair
that.
enough.
And you know what? It just taught me another lesson. You know what I mean?
Facts.
That's that little trinket of what I had around my neck doesn't do nothing but do some glossary when I could have made that like into an asset. I could have put that in stocks. I could put that in bonds. I could have did something, you know, but instead I chose like mental slavery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, new age slavery is wearing those chains around your neck instead of buying land.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And doing something that's going to be like beneficial for people. I could have spent that $10,000 literally on new camera equipment, new this that would help with this podcast, you know, put that towards like,
Bitcoin stocks.
yeah, Bitcoin stocks. You know, I could have gave that to charity and then still would have came back to me.
Give it
Yeah.
to Alex.
Not give it. And do not.
Investments, though, I mean, like gold ain't the worst thing you could have bought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing, but guess what? But imagine if I put that in a gold bond
Wow.
instead of just letting it sit there in my hand. That money, that 10 grand could have turned into something even 10 times greater than we both could imagine if I just did that a couple of years ago. Because you see how much gold raised?
Yeah. It's insane.
Facts.
Big bread. I gotta add big money, man. Big money. It's some money, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Know that song?
No.
Man, I don't know it either, but you know. No, there's a song. It's like a reggae song.
Yeah.
Money, money, man. I don't know. We'll find it later.
That's it. Regardless, that's pretty fun.
Yeah. It's not it, but
Saving it.
yeah, it's still a sick song though.
a sick song,
It's
yeah.
still a sick song. Let's see. Who of you had overcome some major betrayals? And every one of you guys have to talk.
So, can you explain the question a bit more? What it's like?
Yeah. Give an example give an example of who has betrayed you in the past and how you overcame that situation. Go ahead, Alex. Say your piece.
Yeah, my name's Alex. I also have an individual that I'm not going to name names. He used my kindness for granted. He said he was going to give me money for staying at my place that I was renting out. He told me that he was going to stay for a couple of days. Couple of days turned to 15 days. He ran up my water bill, ran up all my bills. I ended up having to pay $500 extra on top of my rent, and he said he was going to pay me. It's been over 8 months, has not paid me, not even $5. And he asked me like, "Oh, friends don't pay friends," and I'm like, "No, friends pay friends when they offer to pay, and not."
It's the principle.
It's the principle.
Yeah.
And he didn't live up to it, and so go back to forgiveness. I forgive him because I'm not letting that bad seed grow in my heart
Amen.
and make me
Bitter.
not grow and bigger and be a better person.
That's right.
He can be struggling right now, but I don't want to be like him. So that's why I forgive, and things are looking good for me.
That's right. You're being blessed.
I still pray and hope he
Comes
learns this
around.
lesson.
That's right.
But as a point now, I'm just vibing to the Lord Almighty.
Amen. Let's go. What's coming back straight back to your blessing at the end. You don't want nobody
Facts.
to stop you from stealing your blessings by you holding on to that bitterness. You know, God is the Redeemer. You know, the more you forgive people, the more God will bless you. I've been blessed in so many ways, and God has always been my vindicator when it came to that kind of stuff. When it came to like forgiveness and not acting on my own. How does social media fuel unforgiveness? People want to win online rather than heal in private. Statistics say in 2018, a study showed that forgiveness reduces anxiety and depression by nearly 30%. It is literally medicine for your soul. So, breaking the cycle of bitterness. Okay, we talked about why it's hard now. Why it's hard. Now let's get into how we do it. Let's be real. Most people don't wake up saying, "I feel like forgiving you today." I sure don't. So how do you start when the pain is real? To the regular mental health guy, what is the first step for someone who wants to let go of a grudge but doesn't know how to?
That's a tough one. I don't know. I feel like because I've kind of like, it's weird. Like I've kind of just naturally, slowly started to. As I got older, I kind of just naturally started to like realize like the grudges and all this shit wasn't worth it. Like I don't know. It's hard for me to give like a tangible advice. 'Cause I feel like I've just naturally grown into someone who like doesn't hold grudges anymore. When I was younger, I was like pissed at everybody, but now
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the point of?
Oh, straight up, bro. And you're still young, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shit.
Yeah.
It took me, how old are you?
25.
Yeah, 25-year-old. 25 years old and single, ladies.
Yeah,
Just to let you know, let me throw it out there. He's looking for a good Christian woman. Doesn't matter what race, maybe.
Yeah.
No, not ethnicity. You know what I mean? Christian, preferably. But he will settle. You know? How does forgiveness play a role in your success? If you held on to your past betrayals, would you be where you are now? Because of some of my pitfalls and letdowns with some of my current job choices that from carpenter, from concrete guy, and driving haul truck, moving around coal and everything. All those disappointments in my life led me to my true passion, and that is this podcast, clothing line, and everything. All that little extra money that I saved and put aside for myself to create this dream is totally coming to fruition by those guys quitting on me and not giving me the chance to stick with them. Gave my own hustle to grow, and execute. And then I even grinded harder for this and found the like-minded individuals like you guys to get to where I am in life. And it's not easy. There was a lot of pitfalls. There was a lot of struggle and a lot of starvation and a lot of people that do not believe in your hustle and your grind, but God put something on my heart that he could make possible. You know what I mean? By him giving me opportunities, by him giving me people that is with the same mindset that believed in my vision to get where I want to be. You know what I mean? I might not have everything put together in stone and written and everything like that, but I guarantee the way that I have this, God put this on my heart, that success is around the corner. You know what I mean? And I want to bring everybody that's with me on top, even if it's from you coming on this show and God opening up a new avenue for you, for like new people, new clients to come on your on into your scene. You know what I mean? And I could be one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody's looking to be mentally fit, physically fit. You know what I mean? And spiritually fit. And especially Alex, he needs a lot of help. You got a big ass belly in the background. He'll just slap it around. Yeah.
This guy.
No, don't do that. No.
Yo, it's nuts.
Yo, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's Alex, everybody. That's the big demon that just walked by.
I'm pretty sure I made this guy meal plans just on follow.
Yo. Here's some powerful quotes that I'm going to drop to you. All right?
All right.
Eckhart Tolle realized deeply that the present moment and all you have make the now the primary focus of your life. Eckhart Tolle, everybody. And in the Bible, Luke 23:34, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Who said that? Jesus. No, Jesus said that when he was on the cross.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
You guys don't know? Come on now. And that's for all you players out there, because this homeboy does not know the Lord said that. You just filtered the rest. Sad days, everybody. Sad days. Just to let you know, all you listeners, DM and comment with all the biggest forgiveness struggles that you may have had in your past, possibly in your future. What's going to be going next in your life? This is where most people get stuck. They say, I want to forgive, but the pain is always going to be there. So let me break it down, the blueprint. What are some practical steps that actually to let go? The 5 steps of forgiveness blueprint. Admit that you're holding on to it. You can't fix what you won't face. B, understand forgiveness is for you and not for them. It's about freeing yourself. Release it daily. It's not a one and done type of process. It's going to take some time. D, trust God will handle it. Let go of all control. God has got to be at the wheel all the time. And that's tough. Trust me. Because I like to drive with one hand. Our brothers got to be in full control, but sometimes you got to let God be the
Facts.
one holding the wheel. Focus on your future, not your past. You can build an empire while looking. You cannot build an empire looking backwards. Just quit looking in the rear view mirror and focus on the future and what's ahead of you, or you're gonna miss.
That's why the windshield's like 100 times bigger than the rear view, because that's just not as important.
Hey, fact. In the Bible, how long does it really take to forgive someone? And is there any way that we can speed up the process in scientific or statistic platform? I know it says something about 70 times 70.
Yeah. Yeah. Forgiveness it's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. My experience with forgiveness, I feel like it's just like I just naturally just kind of like.
Oh, bro, I have this sick ass quote too. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I just naturally kind of like, as I got like I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like I forgive people. Like I still sometimes get pissed off, and I'm still human. But like I feel like it's like a maturity thing. Because when I was younger, I was more like filled with more anger, But now I'm just more like I just realized like it's just not worth like holding on to it. I think it's genuinely like an age thing. That's just my opinion.
Jesus answered, I tell you, not 7 times, but 77 times.
I think it's 70 times 70.
Yeah, because if that was the case, I'd be like, yo.
Yeah, I think it was 70 times 70, no joke. But you know what? We're gonna say 70 times 7.
Yeah.
77 or 7 times 77 or whatever it is. It's a high number, because 77 times just doesn't even sound that much.
Yeah,
because
like,
brothers be
7 times 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that logic, it's like I just have a tally like 77 guys.
Yeah, it's we're done here. You know what I mean? But just think about it. How many times has God has forgiven you for every single sin you have committed in your life? And I know it's over 70 times 70. You know what I mean? So let's be real. You know what I mean? Like, God could be hating on you for many other things that we could that you possibly have done in your life. Mm-hmm. I know the Lord has grace and favor upon my life because I've done some bad I've done some bad things in my life that I'm not very proud of. You know what I mean? But if it wasn't for God's grace and forgiveness for my life, I'm gonna tell you right now, like straight up, I should not be here.
Damn.
I should not be here. There's no way. I have a sinful nature, and most of us really do. And I can proudly say that, God, I am lucky to be alive right now.
Let's just hope it's 7 times 70 and not 77.
Yeah, man. Lord, you know what I mean? But listen, God, let me tell you something right now. I'm doing this for you, not just for myself. There's a little bit of me. Just a little. But your message is getting out there. Hey! I know you love me. Yes. How did forgiveness help myself level me up? Well, let's see. Well, considerably. Just about a year and a half ago, I was living in a friend's place, and I separated from the mother of my children, my current mother of my children.
Wow.
And I left with nothing.
Damn.
Besides a couple garbage bags. A couple garbage bags of clothes. I did not have heat in my house, hot water, and I didn't even have a blanket. Someone gave me a blanket, a friend of mine, and God blessed me with another good friend of mine, who gave me her place, even though it was abandoned. You know what I mean? She allowed me to stay there until I was able to afford my own place. And, she took some licks for me. And I was able to, lucky I had a gym pass because I was going to the gym to shower and, take care of myself. All my money that I had was literally going for like my children and supporting them and where they live, then support myself. I'm lucky I had a few good friends that were able to help me out with jobs and with money, that really looked out for me. And Jace Digital in the background was one of them. You know what I mean? And vice versa. It's hard to find good people in this world, and God is so merciful, and I am so lucky to have him in my life, because who knows where I would have been. And him putting these certain individuals in my life that I haven't even talked to for like the longest time was like, yeah, this is what I can give you. You know what I mean? Who knows where I'd be right now? I was stuck drinking and doing God knows, you know what I mean?
Facts.
And God pulled me out of that. You know what I mean? Look where I'm at right now. I'm on camera. I'm starting a podcast. I'm living a new life, and I'm gonna continue to live a good life and bring people, as much people as I can, to God. You know what I mean? And His glory and His respect. This outcome that I am so lucky to be where I am right now. And there's gonna be times where it is tough, cause it is. But like the resilience that comes from this, the gratification that comes from God, yourself, you know what I mean, is impeccable, uncanny, that you can't get anywhere else unless you go with your own hardships.
Yeah.
With hardships builds strength. It also builds character. And God can take any tragedy and turn it into something, turn it into positivity.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And that's a real life lesson. You know what I mean? Beauty from ashes, bro. I came out like the phoenix.
Facts. I was just thinking that. The Phoenix. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like straight up. Sometimes He has to turn you into cinders to make you something beautiful. You know what I mean? Like you can turn, like literally now ninjas can cremate you and turn you into a diamond from your ash. At the end of the day, holding on to this pain is like drinking poison, which I've already said, and expecting the other person to die. Forgiveness doesn't mean weakness, it means freedom. If you want a real peace, you have to take it by force, by letting go of what is weighing you down. The final takeaways. One thing I want everyone listening to is remember, it is not easy to forgive, but God can make it possible. So take that in. Forgiveness is literally the key to everybody's success. You don't have to forget what they did, but letting it go and letting that person go could be the best thing for you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? For my mental health expert, which would be you, or mind, body, and soul, what do you take from all this? What would be your final words?
I would say, yeah, just like forgive, and like just from like my own personal experience, like I've been someone who was very naive growing up. You know what I mean? Like I would always kind of try to see the best of people, and people would take advantage of that a lot. And like you said before, like it has taught me to like forgive. Like you gotta let it go. Like 'cause I grew up I had a lot of anger towards a lot of people, but I had to realize I had to let that go, but still like not forget and understand, like people can be
Shout out to Disney.
people can be, is it a sheep in wolf's, yeah, sheep in wolf's clothing.
Yes.
Yeah, understand that aspect of it, but also letting go of like that anger, because it doesn't serve you. Just being aware and letting go of
It
the
only
anger.
serves the devil, man.
Yeah.
And his interest. You know what I mean? He
Facts.
wants you to be upset. He wants to break you down. He wants you to feel at your lowest point. Make you feel like you are nothing. You are worthless. But God is your vindicator.
Facts.
He will take you to places unbelievable. And I am a pure testimony of that. With God's grace and glory, and that spiritually, you know what I mean? Everything that is like universe, everything I put out in the universe is coming back, tenfold. weigh your options. The universe is also weighing you. Okay, this is everybody's out there's call to action. DM us again with your forgiveness stories. Why do you need to let go of these situations? Let's build this movement together. Make sure you write, like, and subscribe. Mindful Hustlers, let's go. That is not the one we wanted. And the best revenge, everybody, is peace
Facts.
Also success.
and success. And we out. Peace. Oh, yeah, let me just say this last little segment right here. The best revenge, again, is peace, forgiveness, love, and you know the last, nothing but success. You hollering at your boy, Game Changer, and the boys, Mindful Hustlers. Let's go.